let me say one more thing to all the kids here. Okay? I know you're young and you should only be trying to have fun, and that is a definite. But your goal, you continue to play cricket, is that one day, when you get into high school, you will be playing against other kids your age. That is the goal that all of us in this room should have. That it doesn't stop here. Do you love the sport?
Yes.
Do you love it?
Yes.
If you love it, that means you want to continue playing it. You are the most important people. You are the most important people in cricket in this country, not the coaches. You are the most important people. The juniors, the kids, the youth is our future. It starts and finishes with you. And you having fun like you were doing today. Everything else should revolve around getting more of you to play. You are our future. This is exciting stuff. It's easy to go to India when everybody plays. Okay? If you have any questions to me, see, I will not talk to you like you're 20. I don't care if you're 6, and I don't care if you're 13. I have been at the highest level. We are a team together. I am honored to be here. As a result, this opportunity for you doesn't happen often. Do we agree? In saying that, I won't treat you like you're 6 or 10 or 8 or 13. Instead, I'll say whatever question you ask me, no matter what it is, I will answer you as honestly as I know it to be true about anything. What those players eat, where they play, anything you ask, I will share with you because I have been right there with them many, many times and still am. Okay? You had your hand up. No, I never played professional cricket. I was involved in cricket as a result of a man named John Buchanan. John Buchanan was the head coach of Australia during a very, very special time. 2 World Cups undefeated. Never lost a game during his tenure. Ever. Okay, in the World Cup competition. As a matter of fact, and even in the cricket world, India, Australia holds the record for the most consecutive victories ever held by a team of any sport on the planet. No team in baseball, no team in soccer around the world, England, no team in any code, team sport, has won more consecutive games at the highest level than Australia. And Australia didn't even know that. I looked it up. They looked at me like, wow. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty special. At the World Cup, the best players in the world at one place, they hold the record. Pretty special, and nobody knows about it. They know now. Yeah. I know Shane Warne very well. Why do you ask? One of your favorite bowlers? He's pretty good, isn't he? Him and Murli, huh? You know who Murli is? Sri Lankan bowler? He's pretty good. One of the great guys, Murli. One of the nice men. Fantastic guy, yeah. What's my name? Mike Young. You know what? Great question. Now look it up. Is that between you and me? You know how to do the computer? Good. What kid doesn't these days? Me, I'm like this. You look up Mike Young cricket, that's all. Just look that up, okay? That's a great question, all right? Anything else? Yep. Lots of Malinga. Yeah, I know him very well. He's a good bowler, huh? Boy, oh boy, can he bowl a Yorker, huh? You all know what a Yorker is? The bowler comes in and bowls a Yorker right down by your feet. He's the best. You know why? His arm's closer to the ground. And the Yorker's to be what? On the ground. It's easier for him to do that as a bowler. Not many people can do what he does, though. He still bowls pretty fast. Okay. Any other questions?
Right here.
Yeah.
What is something they can do at home to practice every day? Some skills or drills they can do.
Well, you guys got a wall? Anywhere? Mom and Dad are going, oh my God. Mike, why did you come here? There's windows on that side of the house. There cannot be a bad thing you can do by taking a ball. Tennis ball's good, okay? And just bouncing it and catching it, bouncing it and catching it. Trying to bounce it and catch it at different angles. Okay? Simple, and then just how many times can I do it? How many? You cannot go wrong with that. Because it's simple. Okay? Cannot go wrong. You don't need stumps. You cannot go wrong with putting a cone in the ground and saying how many times in a row can I hit that, using those fundamentals. We tend, as coaches, fathers, to try and go, well, that looks too easy, you know, let's do something else. Just get them to do that right, go to the next step. But you can't, and that you can do anywhere. So you can do that in the schoolyard, you can do that anywhere. Bounce the ball, catch it. Bounce the ball, then bounce it up, catch it high. Bounce it low, catch it low. I believe there's so many things and so many books about every sport, whether it be baseball, cricket. They have all these coaches and a lot of people, and I love it. I mean, people are putting their time in. We complicate it. We make it harder, make it fun, make it simple to start with and build their confidence. And we can do that by giving them basic fundamental drills. Okay, basic fundamental drills. Step, throw, catch with two hands. And then just give yourself a competition and try to catch it 5 times in a row. And try to catch it, throw it, catch it with right hand 5 times in a row. Throw it, catch it with left hand 5 times in a row. When you do that, make it 7, make it 10. And I'm telling you, you're gonna get a lot better. I mean, a lot better. That's it. For me, that's how simple I keep it. That's how simple I keep it. I mean, I see it all the time. We're trying to teach kids to play cut shots, this shot, you know, just play straight. Just play straight. Get the basic stroke down, the other stuff will happen.
No need to be Johnny Road right every time.
Yeah.
You teach the kids to catch right catches up here, like this, come down, and you teach them.
Good question. There's a gentleman by the name of Greg Chappell. Has anybody ever heard his name? He's quite older. Some of you older guys will know who he is. Okay, I know Greg very, very well. All right. When those guys were playing in those days, it was always taught to catch the ball like this. Because their belief was, and there is some truth to it, that if your hands are like this, the ball, because it's hard to catch a cricket ball. It's not like baseball, you got a bushel basket on your hand. Okay? If you miss the ball, then you're in a position to re-catch it. If the ball bounces out, I can catch it again. Whereas if I'm like this, it comes down, yeah? But I believe this, okay? I believe they're both okay. To answer your question, I believe they're both okay. And I'll tell you why. Because it's personal comfort, okay? Has anybody heard of a guy who's one of my favorite people? Michael Hussey. Okay. Michael Hussey is like, nobody trains better, nobody's more passionate. No, I mean, he's right at the top, okay? Michael Hussey never catches a ball like this. It's above his shoulder. Now, if it's on a line, yeah, you know, he might, but every ball that's up high, he's gonna catch the ball like this. Greg Chappell came to me as the fielding coach and said, oh, that's wrong. This man, Greg Chappell, for you youngsters, he's a famous player. Okay? So here I am, never played, right? And I'm not going to sit here and argue, but I said, okay, why? And he explained to me this. Well, I believe whether you're 6 or whether you're 13, that you have to be comfortable. It has to feel good for you. So I went to, so Greg said, have you ever talked? I said, yes, I have. Well, why isn't he doing it then? I said, because first of all, he doesn't miss. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take a guy that never misses and change him? I don't know about you, but after 30 years of coaching, that's not real good coaching. Okay? And he says, well, he's, it's not, it's not right. But it's right for him. So when you do things, try different things and find out what works for you. There's a lot of ways to do things. I'm giving you, these things I'm telling you, I'm just giving you a basic outline. You will do them differently. Do you know who one of the best throwers of a ball is and he never does it because of his position? MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni is maybe right up there with one of the best athletes, overall athletes in cricket. But he's a wicketkeeper. You should see him bowl. But he's a wicketkeeper. But he has a skill set, you know what I mean? Those guys can do anything. Huh? You know those kids in school, they, no matter what they touch, they're really good at. You go, how do they? Sometimes you can just do it. Just is what it is. And I'm not only talking about cricket, it could be on the computer, it could be mathematics, it could be something. You're just good at something and you just do it. It comes natural to you. You're comfortable with it. And that's what you want to do in sport, in cricket. Try different things and don't be afraid to say, nah, it doesn't work. Can I try it this way? Coaches, listen to what I'm saying because it's important. Allow them the flexibility to try different things. Now I've left you, in my world of coaching, there's a method to my madness. I asked you to do one thing today. Does anybody remember what it was? I talked to you about throwing and stuff, but I said, I want everybody here to do one thing. When you go home, I want you to do one thing. Somebody, one of the kids, can you tell me what I asked you to do? That's right. Exactly. Very good. I asked you to go on the computer, and no matter who it is, I want you to pick out a favorite player. And that doesn't mean go on the computer and go for Sachin Tendulkar. Go on the computer and look up some players, and just have fun with it, and then say, I'm going to be, favorite player is David Warner. And then just start to follow David Warner. And start to learn about David Warner. Because all those guys will have stuff about them on the computer. You know how that works. Wikipedia and Google and all that, yeah? That's why you asked me about who are you? Look it up. Wikipedia, Google, there'll be stuff. I don't want to be your favorite player because I can't play. I'm too old, okay? Choose a person and he retires. Get another one. Yeah, why not? There's no rules. Follow them, find out, okay? I'm sorry? Sachin Tendulkar likes all chicken. I've been to India, I don't know a lot of times. I've never seen a place that cooks chicken more than India. It's amazing, and it's great, I love it. It's amazing food, but boy, you guys know how to cook chicken in India. Huh? We think Kentucky Fried Chicken got no chance, man. They better go to India to learn how to cook chicken. Huh? Okay, why don't you, yeah, go ahead. I can't hear you.
You have any kids in Australia?
I have a son in Australia. He just moved back there. He was on a scholarship to play baseball here in the United States. He just finished and went back to Australia. Okay, but he, like all kids in Australia, all kids in India, Pakistan, he grew up playing cricket. He played baseball, but he played cricket. Whereas here, we grew up playing baseball, NFL, basketball, see? Just cricket isn't a big sport here, but it's an important sport to you, isn't it? Okay? So when those other kids go, you play what? What is that? You're special. They're normal. They're average. They're average. You're special. Look at it that way. You're special. You play something that nobody else plays. That's special. That's not average. You're not doing what everybody else does. You're special. You understand? You're special. Okay? You're welcome. Nice classes. I like them classes. Very training. Okay, yes, sir.
Can I make a comment?
So I just had a question. See differences between baseball and cricket in terms of shoulder and elbow injuries?
There's some differences, and a lot of it, I've been asked this, I've been in seminars, a lot of it has to do with the actual growing up. Okay? Throwing in cricket really hasn't really developed as far as an important, 2020 has made a big difference because we do more of it, but until I got involved. And I'm not saying me, because I got involved and I actually started talking about throwing, whereas before it was like hitting stumps. And there was a lot of arm soreness, a lot of arm injury, there was a lot of lack of footwork. I believe you throw with your feet, not your arm. And as you noticed, I told the kids, step and throw and follow. It's all about footwork, okay? And as a result, that is starting to go, you're always gonna have arm injuries. But that is, I mean, half the Australian team could barely pick up their arm when I started. Because I had them throwing the ball more and they weren't used to it. And of course they got scared. They're like, my arm's sore. You know, I'm a professional. I said, it's not hurt, it's sore. And they built up their arm strength. And the arm injuries went way down.
What about, I don't know how it's done in the cricket system, but do they change the weight of the ball as they get older, or you have lighter balls?
Yeah, there's a lighter ball. There's some things in junior cricket I think they should adjust. They don't, but that's just a personal opinion. But basically, they play the same ball from about 13 years old upwards. Okay, whereas the girls in cricket, in international cricket, they play with a lighter ball. Okay, I actually use girls' balls for catching technique, and balls like this. Okay.
Before I think we start playing or the kids warm up, is there any special related to cricket, some warm-up exercises the kids should be doing? You can maybe 2 or 3 that they should do?
There's so many of those kind of things, honestly. I mean, I can give you 2. I recommend, and I mean this, I recommend what you do is go online, seriously, and just put that in. There'll be drills up the yin-yang, and then pick out the drills that you think will best work for your kids. So many times, guys go on there and they say the Australian or the Indian team does this. Well, that's great for Poland. And they've got them using 3 and 4 balls. So many times in cricket, I see guys using 3 and 4 balls to train with. But when the game starts, only 1. I'm a very simple, basic, fundamental coach. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying over time, I've learned that that's great, but the kids can't even catch the 1 ball properly. So why use 3 and 4? Okay, so that's just the approach that I take, all right? Might be a little fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're teaching the fundamentals, the drills, the old teaching was, you know, sit, stretch. Well, that's not true. Dynamic stretching is a lot more important, a lot more beneficial beforehand. Doesn't mean you sprint. For a sprint, that means you're moving. Okay? The sit down stretch, that should be after the match. That's a warm down, not a warm up. Okay? So all of your drills, to answer your question, kids throwing balls back and forth, run, throw a ball, move, throw the stump, stretch. Another group does it. So actually put skill sets into this warm up. Get them used to working with a ball as much as possible. And it's more fun.
Mike, question. DFC games, World Cup cricket, and people try to run and use their feet to stop the ball.
Don't go. That, for me, if I have anything that for me is a cardinal sin as a fielding coach, if you want to do that, then be messy.
No,
Go play for Manchester United. Because if I get my foot to the ball, I get my hand to the ball. So for me,
That should also be avoided.
at all costs. One, it's lazy. Two, it's definitely injury prone. Okay, and we're trying to teach kids to catch the ball. Now, unless they got thumbs on their feet, and we don't, then we can go down that track. But does that answer your question adequately?
That's good. We can keep that in mind, and then when the ball
Catch,
comes, don't use your
catch
ball.
the ball with your hands, and if you can't reach it, dive for it.
Yes, one comment I want to make on the age group of kids. This is one half of our future. The other half is actually our junior team. And in our group, the youngest player is 3.5 years old.
Great.
And you see some of them are there.
There you go. Under 7 years old.
Great. All the things we're talking here, they can teach them.
Absolutely.
You know that they're not going to do it as well because they're 3. But the fundamentals the same. Then the goal is then when they're 6, they're going to be twice as good as. Okay.
That's why I just want to recognize that.
Absolutely. Thank you. I didn't know. So we got a 3-year-old cricket league. I'm impressed. That impresses me. That impresses me like crazy. Okay.
Anybody else questions?
I know, hey listen kids, I know you're a little bored with this because you're going to run around and play and I get it, okay? But it's important, let's look at me, give me your attention. It's important when somebody comes in to talk to you, you should, even at your age, 6 years old, you should know this person's coming in and telling me these things. He or she should have to prove himself to you. Rather than go, oh, this guy worked with Australia, he knows everything. Wrong. Wrong. It's got to make sense to you. You're the ones that are important, not me. That's why I'm here talking to you. Not at you, with you. You understand? Coaches shouldn't be there to tell you what to do. They should be there to share ideas. Try it this way. Have you tried it that? Not tell you that's wrong. That is not good coaching. So what you do is you just take a little bit, try it. You know what? I hear what Mike's saying, but it doesn't feel comfortable to me. I'm going to try it this way, and it'll happen for you. Okay? Is there any other questions?
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
On the fielding, when you do the fielding, when you get teaching these kids about how to stop the ball, I see in different positions when out in cricket. What should we teach these kids? You know, I see them like keep the ball with both hands. I see people.
I'm not a big believer in going down on one knee. When I first got in cricket, everybody was going down on one knee. Once you leave your feet, you're no longer an athlete. Okay, I am a believer that everything is generated in how you move your feet. I cannot get myself in a good position to throw or catch. If I leave my feet, I am grounded. Because my feet propel me. We do it every day when we walk down the street. If that was the right way to do things, I would have one knee on the ground and I would scoot along like that. Now we know that doesn't work. Once I leave my feet, okay, I can no longer adjust and move. Okay? So for me, yes, if you're at mid-on, mid-off and a guy smashes a ball at you. And some of the grounds are, I understand. You adjust. Maybe you go down, because they're not going to run anyway. Okay? But even in those situations, I'm like, ugh. Because I've seen so many guys do that, they develop a habit, they do it when a run out's on a beautiful ground. On this surface here, you shouldn't have to go down on one knee. Try to center the ball, get down, chin over the front of the ball and catch it here. If it bounces up, it hits you in the chest. But we have to gain confidence in our hands. But when we go down on the foot, what we're really saying is, I'm doing that because I'll miss the ball, my foot will be there to stop it. You see the thinking? No. I'm not going to miss the ball. And, you know, kids will miss it, but that isn't the point. It's okay. They're going to miss it at times. The goal is to get confidence in your hands. Not to say, well, because you're most likely going to miss it, we'll put our foot down. No. That's not developing confidence.
We should always focus on
should always focus on the positive outcome. On the positive of what do we want them to do? We want them to keep their feet on the ground. Once we leave our feet, we become an unathletic position. I can't move any further. I'm totally unbalanced. Here, I can move, I can move, I can move, I can come forward, backward, I can move my feet.
Just bowling. We are talking about the vertical axis.
I can't hear you.
Okay, we are talking about the vertical one. Just on comparing, even for the bowling, you might have seen many coaches focus exclusively on the one stump, keep on hitting that. That is a routine. What you see.
I'm surprised. I mean, I work with a lot of bowling coaches. I'm surprised that they don't keep it more simple. The best bowler I've ever been around is Glenn McGrath. Glenn McGrath with Australia, because he could put a ball anywhere he wanted to put it. So he knew, and all he had to do was say, "This is a slower pitch, so I've got to back it up a little bit, right?" And he would hit a different spot. But we now try to say, "No, you got to bowl. You got to cut the ball. You got to bowl a slow ball. You got to bowl a perfect Yorker." And they can't even bowl a good length ball. So we're actually working backwards. We're overcoaching. So and that's what I say, concentrate on hitting a spot.
Okay.
That's it, hit a spot. Then when you go, okay, now bowl a Yorker, just change your spot. Not your delivery, change your spot. The delivery will change automatically. But you have to know how your eyes and your release point